and well worth looking at.
If anyone did watch Sunderland Till I Die, Johnny Williams, it is the same Johnny Williams who gets that terrible injury, and is basically talks about how lonely it is sort of to be injured as a professional footballer. And I think the main thing that came out of that documentary was, for me and for a lot of people, was you just wanted to give him a hug and just tell him that everything would be okay, because he was so down and everything. So it's so great to see him, because he was someone who played a lot of games for Wales and was a very influential player for Wales, but wasn't getting any game football, any sort of league football really. Yeah. So it's good to see him, get his first goal, because he's a player that I think wormed his way into a lot of hearts with that kind of like performance at the that kind of being so open in that documentary.
Okay, good. Well done, Johnny Williams, and well done, Wales. Yeah. So I think all in all, unless you're from our friends in the south of Ireland, I reckon this has been quite a good international break for the home nations. I mean, yes, okay, England, it was disappointing against Denmark, but let's look at the positives. Beat the best team in the world. Scotland are riding high, 8 games undefeated. Wales, 4 or 5 games undefeated. Northern Ireland in the playoff to the final. I reckon it's a good time to be British.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
As great as it was, I am very happy to see the back of an international week and very excited about the return of club football this weekend. So much so that the lower leagues in Scotland return tomorrow night as Hearts play Dundee, which is live on BBC Scotland. If anyone wants to watch a bit of Scottish football, then they can get that free to air on BBC Scotland on your digital channels. It's just good to have. I mean, so the League Cup has been over the international break. The League Cup started. So, like, kind of all the teams who don't play in Europe, so Aberdeen, Celtic, Rangers and Motherwell weren't involved. So all the other Premier League clubs and all the lower league clubs in Scotland were all involved in the League Cup. Hamilton got done 3-1 off League Two and Athletic, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. But yeah, so it's good to see the lower league clubs coming back, and as I say, the campaign starts. A truncated campaign of 27 games starts on Friday night with Hearts versus Dundee. So I'm very excited to have that back for no other reason than the main reason is it gives me more scope to put my coupon on a Saturday as well, which is quite good. But so we'll start with Scottish football because this weekend, James, sees the return of the Old Firm derby. Now, a complete, I am sure, by the luck of the computer when it generated the fixtures, that Rangers and Celtic took place in the final round of matches. I imagine, how lucky were the can you imagine who's had been let back in at this time, So sadly crowds won't be there. The sort of lockdown has sort of been intensified in Scotland to the point where there's masses of people going to Blackpool to try and watch it in pubs and stuff, and which seems really daft. But so the Old Firm game is on Saturday. So Celtic have been hit with quite a few sort of COVID-19 cases. Both of the players who played for Israel have both came down with COVID. Kieran Tierney is isolating ridiculously. Not Kieran Tierney. Well, yes, Kieran Tierney, but I meant Ryan Christie, is ridiculously having to isolate, even because he sat next to somebody while maintaining. He was wearing a mask, he was maintaining social distancing, he did everything within his power to do. He has been tested twice and doesn't have COVID-19, but still ridiculously isn't allowed to play. Well, at the moment, he isn't allowed to play. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some ruling in Celtic's favour, and I imagine something similar will happen for Tierney at Arsenal as well. But yeah, so at the moment he is out along with Odsonne Edouard, who tested positive while on duty with France under-21s. So Celtic are severely undermanned going into this game against Rangers, which Rangers have been installed by the bookies as overwhelming favourites, which if history has taught me anything, you can put your mortgage on a Celtic win. So, it's a big game. It's the first one since COVID. And I have to say, James, I could not give a monkeys about this game. I literally, I don't care. Like, if Rangers and Celtic were playing each other out my back door, I would shut the curtains. Like, honestly, that is, as much as I love Scottish football, this one, I don't normally bother with the Old Firm games now, but this one, I just don't care. Like, I don't. So, let's hope it's a good game. Let's hope nobody gets hurt. Let's hope everybody in Scotland screws the nut. You know, nobody does anything stupid that will give them or their family COVID. Just watch the game, enjoy the game. I don't really want to hear about it. So the big one for me is Hamilton take on St Johnstone, which I'm particularly looking forward to more than anything. But I think, you know, I obviously jest somewhat. I mean, it's a huge thing for Scottish football. And so much so that Nicola Sturgeon got involved today, James. I don't know if you saw that in the news, where she, in her briefing to the Scottish people today, she implored Sky TV to make the Old Firm game free to air. Which, you know, I think it's ridiculous that the leader of the country has got to beg a satellite company to put the game on television to limit the amount of roasters who are going to go out and get drunk. And, you know, so the fact that people can't be trusted to actually behave themselves is absolutely ridiculous. But, you know, I just, let's hope, as I say for every one of these games, I just hope football's the winner, and we're talking about football at the end of it, and not some refereeing decision or COVID or anything else getting in the way. So I would say good luck to Rangers, good luck to Celtic. You know, hope the players remember their responsibilities, and you know, we get a good game of football. But just a quick overview of the rest of the games: Dundee United v Aberdeen, Hamilton Accies versus St Johnstone, Livingston against Kilmarnock, Ross County against Hibernian, and St Mirren against Motherwell. But so let's just hope that Rangers and Celtic don't overshadow and ruin it for everyone.
Also, I just want to say that, like, there is a chance for, like, Aberdeen and Hibs, both of them, to kind of close up that gap again, isn't there? If a drawn game, or if even if one of the team wins, you know, Aberdeen and Hibs could like just keep themselves within touching distance of the two teams.
Yeah, so Hibs at the moment are 5 points behind Celtic. Celtic have a game in hand. So if Rangers win and Hibs win, Hibs will be within 2 points of Celtic, Aberdeen within 4. So it's all to play for in Scotland at the minute, which is always exciting. But so as I say, the big one for me is St Johnstone, Hamilton, St Johnstone at home. St Johnstone currently bottom of the league on a 5-game losing streak, which they will no doubt put right when they come and play Hamilton, which most teams always do. So, talking about derbies in the with the Old Firm, there is also the matter of quite a big derby in England, James. So
at exactly the same, kicking off at exactly the same time as well.
Oh, I know. So, and I have Saturday off as well. So, what are the chances I can convince Kelly to let me watch that and the Hamilton game on? Not great would be the. So I think this one. I mean, Liverpool seem to have the edge over Everton and have done for like a decade. Things are a bit different this season, aren't they?
I think Everton look like a very, very good team. Like still defensively a bit weak, but you know, going forward, definitely could sort of cause some problems. And if there is a weakness in Liverpool, it seems to be
the 7 goals they shipped against Aston Villa might suggest that there might be.
And again, we don't know who's fit and who's going to come back into that team. You know, is Henderson going to come back into the team? That will definitely make a difference. But it does make you think of, like, if, you know, I mean, James Rodriguez, Dominic Calvert-Lewin in the form that he's in, you know, that is the kind of Richarlison, you know, on his day, you know, they can definitely cause Liverpool problems. And if Liverpool don't quite click coming back from these international kind of journeys, the journeys that all the players have been on over the international break, then, you know, this could be I think it'll be a very, very attacking game. And I think it could be a really, really good quality game, in line with everything that we've seen over for the start of the Premier League so far. I think this, again, it could be a high-scoring, very entertaining game, I think.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. I think that it's either going to be 0-0 draft.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Or it's going to be, like, absolute fireworks. Like, it's going to be fireworks. It's going to be, like, 4-3 or 3-3 or 3-2 or...
I have also just seen, I can just see the picture actually at the end of Ancelotti and Klopp shaking hands of like over a hard fought 0-0 draw sort of thing as well. I could see that happening as well, but I do think, I just think it's going to be a good, I think it's going to be another good weekend of Premier League sort of football, because there's some games that you think are going to be very open games that could result in some more high scores, really.
Yeah, I think so. So other games include Chelsea against Southampton. That's the 3:00 game. Then you've got Man City against Arsenal, which, my God, who knows what's going to happen with that one. I mean, the semi-final, the FA Cup semi-final between those two was phenomenal, wasn't it? And then Newcastle against Manchester United. So it's going to be
maybe not that one then.
Yeah, so that's one of the few games that Newcastle go into as favourites. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
But
I think that could be. I think that will be the one that'll be a tight game, because I think Newcastle are set up the way they are going to set up, and Man United will be desperate for a response, but also haven't seen each other for pretty much 2 weeks since that last game. So I think it'll be. I do think Man United will win that one, but I think it'll be quite a tough game sort of thing.
I think so. So then on a Sunday, you've got Sheffield United against Fulham. I think if ever two clubs in need of a win, it would be those two.
Definitely.
Which probably means that'll be a draw.
Yeah.
And then the most unlikely derby in British football was Crystal Palace against Brighton, which I don't get why they hate each other so much.
It's one of the things where it's just your nearest club. You just hate them. And then so that's like Brighton. Well, and then Palace.
I don't really get why they're rivals, but who knows? And then Tottenham, West Ham, and Leicester City, Aston Villa. Kind of brings the. I don't think there's a Monday. West Brom, Burnley. It's Wolves. On Monday night. I don't know. I would watch Leeds anytime these days, man. They're phenomenal, aren't they?
I think, I think Leeds Wolves will be a good game. I think it'll be a really good game to round off. Again, hopefully, again, it could be I could see it being a 0-0 draw with, two managers shaking hands over a well fought kind of like tactical battle. But I do think it'll be. That'll be a good game to watch. I think it'll be a good weekend of sport, basically.
Okay, so before we move away from sort of the Premier League, so Harry Maguire, what you are Harry Maguire's agent, right? And what are you saying to him right now, or his manager, or whoever's got his ear, or if you're Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, right, what do you do with Harry Maguire? Do you say, right, you've got an injury? That's you out for 2 weeks. Go and get your head sorted. Stay away from everybody. Or do you keep playing him? Because it just doesn't seem to be doing the lad any favours, does it? It's what he had that disaster against Tottenham, and then that. But I didn't see the Denmark game, but from everything I've read, that was like a ridiculous half an hour. So, what is you, James Laycock? I'm going to ask you to take your England selector hat off and put on your manager, whether it be Manchester United manager or your Harry Maguire's manager. What do you do with them? I
think so. So this is going to sound really stupid, but so I'll use a slightly different example to kind of explain why what I would do in this sort of situation. So David De Gea, over the last couple of seasons, has been at times terrible. He's looked like an average goalkeeper. However, he's also at times the best goalkeeper in the world. And part of me's always thought that, I remember once seeing him pull off a really, really good save, and basically someone came up and clapped him on the back for it. And part of me thinks that if I was there, if I was the goalkeeping coach or whatever at Man United, or if I was on the pitch at Man United, I would be constantly being his ear, see, best goalkeeper in the world. Yeah. That's you, best goalkeeper in the world. See, that's what we're talking about, that sort of thing. And just constantly be bigging him up. And I think that he looks like we're both managers, of people, and it just seems like that's the kind of thing that you need that you need to do with him. And it feels like it's sort of when his confidence is high, it's when his confidence is low that it kind of gets worse for him, kind of snowballs for him. And I think Harry Maguire seems to be, I'd say he's the same. When things start going badly wrong for him, you can't really, it's difficult for him to turn it around. So I think what I would do is, I think the thing that has to do, I think he has to come out of I think he has to take things back to basics. So when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer gets asked about him, just say, yep, he's my centre back, I'm playing him.
Yeah.
And you know, and that'd be it, you know, and not, you know, and don't even answer the question. Say, yeah, he's my best centre back. His form's not great, but you know, he's a good centre back. And just that'd be it. You know, don't go into